Hello, my YouTube darlings. It's Jessica here hanging out on a Monday night, almost Tuesday now. I hope your start of your weeks were all wonderful, and I hope your week continues to go well for you. So, as I was talking to one of my good friends in New York, shout out to John. Hi, John. We were talking about topics of conversation for this video, and we came up with a really good one, and I just loved it, and it was commitment. Why I am sort of so committed and passionate to this endeavor and making it work and forming healthy, positive, long-lasting habits that help get me to where I want to be with this lifestyle that I have newly tried to embrace. And thinking about it right off the bat, I guess we can start by talking about my one exception that I was willing to make throughout all of this, as I was getting really excited to see one of my favorite bands, The Story so far. They were going to play at a local venue here, and I was hoping to see them if work didn't schedule me. And I started, of course I was excited, but it was kind of overcast by feelings of anxiousness because I thought that I would see my ex-best friend there, and this is just really telling of where my mind is as far as using alcohol as a way to cope. But I was hoping to go and sort of have enough drinks to not feel anything when I listen to their music, because their music to me is so powerful and moving, and it's been one of the only things to keep me grounded and keep me solid through this really tough transformational period in my life. And I don't know, their music just means everything to me. And as I was thinking about it, and I'm kind of glad that work did schedule me, because, I would have not only gone back on my promise and commitment to myself, but I would have, just made something out of nothing, playing off of what ifs never nurture your healthy, positive habits, and they are not conducive of where your mindset should be when you are trying to make pivotal, great changes in your life. So I think it all worked out it all worked out the way that it should have, and I'm kind of glad for that. But my history with and my struggles with remaining committed to staying sober have been long and twisty. It's never come easy to me. Unfortunately, the nature of Mark and I's relationship meant that I was doing and saying and behaving in ways that immediately went against him because of how I was hurting. The only way that I felt like I could express myself was through drinking. Whether it was a lot or a little, I knew that he didn't care for it. He didn't like it. He became very anxious and overbearing. Even me having one drink and remaining in control. So, me becoming a bit wishy-washy, feeling like I wanted to stay sober for a while, and then when I finally chose to have, a drink several weeks or months later even, it was a big deal for him, and the progress that I was making never seemed good enough. So I'm doing all of this now, not just, to sort of show a side of me that everyone expected of me or demanded of me, because I have been, a slave chained to these thoughts and these feelings and this way of thinking that I should have had in my relationship, or this way that I should have behaved, or the things that I should have done differently. They still veil a lot of who I am. I can't really break through that yet, but I would definitely say that I am doing this for me, and I think that is the most powerful motivator of all, when you realize that you have the strength inside yourself to stay committed, to make the choices that you want to make, that you are not a slave anymore to other people's expectations of you. And I think that was a major factor in why I could never make it work for me, because I always found I was acting out in this way that was so toxic for the both of us, and it was starting all from how Mark was treating me. And I used alcohol in those ways, and then I tried to remain sober, and I just found myself getting upset. One thing, one drama, one argument, one thing that he said, one thing that he did, and it all goes back to that story about the story so far. I have one trigger, and I find a reason to drink, and I don't want that anymore. I don't think it's necessary to be a part of me anymore, and I'm slowly letting go of that identity that I once had in my former relationship, and I'm finding my own, and I think it's It's been a long time coming, but days like today, it was very hard. I saw a lot of cutesy couples, and my first instinct is to want to be happy for them, but I've found myself in recent weeks becoming very grumpy and incredulous and apathetic towards the idea of romantic prospects, and especially with the holiday season coming up and how much time Mark and I spent together, and we had plans for the future, we had goals, and now none of them are a possibility anymore. And I think all of these things going on in my head make me want to drink like I did today. Today was a very bad day inside my head, and I stayed strong. I actually bought myself a pint of dairy-free ice cream and some Oreos, and I'm going to soak my feet and paint my nails and enjoy my day off tomorrow. I really hope to stay committed to this cause of doing the best, healthiest things for myself and have them remain constant in my life, because I don't know about people. I love all my friends, and it hurts me that the people I thought would be in my life forever, they aren't here. The two boys that I thought, or who said the words to me always and forever, just making me hate the words that much more, and so anyway, that is my little history on why I have struggled with staying committed to my sobriety before and where I'm at now. I hope to just keep moving upwards and onwards in my journey, and I know and I hold on to thoughts that the universe is creating the path for me that I was meant to walk, and nothing is going to stand in my way. Thanks for watching. If any of you have any tips or words of advice as to how to remain committed through stress and heartache and times of turmoil, I would really appreciate it. But I hope you all have a good day and a wonderful week, and I'll see you all very soon. Alright, I love you. Bye.